Welcome to Trading Lounge and the Asian Report, and starting with the ASX 200 here. We are on track with our wave count here, and last time we spoke 2 days ago, we were looking for a pullback to the 61.8% mark, which was just below the 62.50 area here. It came a bit lower than expected, but has found support and is starting to build into an impulse wave to the upside. So we're looking from wave 2 to wave 3 here. So it should be longer and stronger than wave 1. One of the first things that we can do is we can take the top here, the low here, and look for the 161.8% retracement level, which comes in around, let's round it off to the 6350 area here. So that's where we can expect to find resistance. Of course, because we're traveling on old ground as well, we need to move through these highs here and also this level here, the 6,300, which is the top of group 1, and developing support on top of that sends us with a target up here at 6.5 up here. So we'll look at that a little bit later, but we don't have support on here yet. The only hiccup I can see along here would be that the pattern that we're looking at here would be a triangle for wave 4 and would end up being further over here as a wave 4. So it would be something like an A wave here, a B wave here, a C wave here, a D wave here, and an E wave here. So in fact, it would only pull back to the 62.50 area again here before moving higher. So but the main point with all of this here is I don't think that's the case with this here, but so I'll just delete that, but it's possible. So the thing here that we're really looking for is we want support on top of this number here. Now it's going to be a process, and we'll look at this here as being 5 waves to the upside once to getting to this area here. We will have a reaction here like we have had here before, but I don't think it's going to be as severe, but we'll end up with a higher low here. So let's go in and just investigate this little trend here. Hopefully that let's go into the 1 hour chart. We can talk about it a little bit more. So this is where we're expecting it to pull back to, into this box here, but it pulled down further than that. So I'll just remove these, but generally we're sort of on track here with this. So we can look at this at being, let me just grab this. So little wave, it's not quite right the way I want to do it, is it? No. So I'll have to put this up to here. Actually, I don't need these ones. 2 over here. Let's just okay, this is what I was looking for. One, 2 in here. Let's get these over here. 3, 4, 5, and put these here. So wave 1 and 2 there, then 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 here for the third wave. That should pull back roughly to the 38.2% retracement level where it is now. It could get a little bit softer regarding the opening and so on. So and then we should push up to, from here somewhere, push up into here, and then we'll be looking at an ABC correction. So we'll take it from there doesn't have to, but can pull back to the 61.8% is the 6250 area here. So if you're long already, you might want to exit today here, and we'll look to buy the pullback here. So let's just talk about that for a moment. So we want to be looking to be in here, and we also want to, if I could just copy that there and copy that there. So these are places we can build in. So this correction here, we should look for an A wave, a bounce for the B, and down for the C, and then up from there be some sort of reaction from there, and then it will move up. Well, it'll move up something like this here, and then moving up like that. So yeah, building in on there. If the market moves below the 6272 here, right, that orange line, then if it moves below it, then when it gets back up here and finds support, then you can buy it there. You can also buy it here on the right on the 250 here. Of course, it is higher risk, but it should be the turn, because we've got, if we get this move up here, then we will have a very clear 5-wave structure to the upside here. So if you can count an A, which will be in 5 waves, the B will be in 3 waves, and the C will also be in 5 waves as well. So if you can count the last 5th wave on this, which can come down to the 250 area here, then buy on there, buy back on the 6272, and you could even buy again on the 80 here. But basically building into this this move to the upside here. So I think that's pretty clear. I don't really need to drill in any further than that. So it's Wednesday today, so that will be Thursday for the bear day. So that will all be in line. So buying late Thursday afternoon would be the trigger there. Okay, moving on to China. So China, I've excuse me, I've had this count here where we're still one more wave short here, but at the same time I didn't want to miss anything. So what we did is that our short trades that we've had in here, we were triggered out short throughout here, but we've also triggered in long here with our stop here. We can move the stop up here now. We could probably even move it up to break even, but moving it, if there's 1% risk, the first job is to move it 0.5% to reduce that risk by 0.5%. It's not always 0.5%, it could be much less, it could be much more, but generally, you know, edging into that sort of movement there. So we're long there at the moment, and we'll probably have to call the low in here, but I'll do some research on that. The main point is that we're long here, and the move to the upside here, it appears we've got wave 1 here. So if I can just borrow, I'll just move that. We don't really need that. And we can take that, and we can borrow 1, 2, 3, 4. So we'll be in the 3rd wave there. We'll be a 4th wave back here, and then will be a 5th wave up here. So we're certainly moving to the upside there. This will have to be moved here, and obviously that we'll be looking at this probably as a wave 1 here, but I'll need to check that here. So yeah, we can just leave that for the time being. I'll work on that. But see, once we move above this low here, then you know, it certainly cancels that out. I mean, there will be resistance at the 61.8% mark here, which that's exactly where it is now. But that should be just part of that little 4th wave there. The main point here is we're on the right side at the right time. So even though I didn't get the count right, we've certainly got we've got a bit of logic. We used a bit of logic, and we're managed to do a reasonable job in the turn here. Other folks may be out here, if you remember, but we still wouldn't have been long until we've breached this particular point here. So and we'll also need to look at this as the low being here. So we'll look at this as 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 here in this instance. And I may have to turn these ones into green ones, but want to go back over things. There's a much bigger picture behind. I need much more data than this program can give. So I have to go to the Trading Levels charting program where I use just data in Queensland data. So Hong Kong's in the same boat as well. So here in this instance here, we had a low in here, and this is kind of why we went with the China thing, you know. So we've been triggered twice here to move into this. So we can certainly move our stop up. I'll just bring it up into here. This is probably 1 and 2. I'll just need to break that down a little bit. But anyway, that's where we are there. We're above the 500, which is good. Let's just have a look at the bigger picture here. Yeah, we certainly don't want to be. We want to stay on the long side at the moment. I've got to work out if this is actually a corrective rally or we've actually really hit the low here, which I think we have. It's just a matter of moving through here. With the channels here too, if obviously we can look at this as wave 1 and 2 here. If we do push up through the top of the trend channel here, it's a really good indication that we're in a third wave to the upside. So I'll just borrow these here. I might have to update that to being a blue 1 and a blue 2 here. And then we're obviously in wave 3. I just got to kind of check this out a little bit further here. But anyway, we're on the right track there. We've moved the stop up. We've been triggered here again. In fact, let's just move the stop up into this space here because of that new trade. We can afford to be a bit closer to the market at that point. We would only get out here if the 28 became the resistance here. So if the market came down here, it would bounce off here, then it would come through here, and then we still need to wait for that low, right? And then that's where the stop would go. If I move that now and put that under there. So you have to wait for that retest first, okay? Because that retest might just take it straight back up from that point. I don't think it will come that low because all the volume, this powerful move here will have the volume in it. So that's really the support there. But just pointing out where that stop can actually go at that point. So I'll just save that. And the Nikkei is a little bit tricky. We could, from the low here, we can count it as wave 1 and 2 here, and I can count it as 3 here, but wave 4's pulled back, looks like 50% rather than 40%. So on that basis, I'm going to also bring in this here as green wave 1 and green wave 2 here, and then moving up stronger through here. So we do need a little bit more evidence because really this move down here, which I've called 2 so far, it's fine, but this may just be an A wave here, an A and a B and a C wave here for a larger B wave, and then a C wave down here. So wave 2 could in fact be over here for this. So what I want to do here, just to clean things up a little bit, is I want to take the top here, and then we would get this in here. This would be the that would be the resistance area there. So and so is the 800 here, but we want to have this top here as support. Okay, all that said, the risk is that it can fail here. But what we'll do is we'll go long here, and we will put the stop under this one here, but just don't overtrade on that situation here, okay, because we can get ourselves into strife here. So this is a high risk situation here. Just understand that once we're on top of the 61.8%, here, then as support, then we're okay for the top here. But if this is wave 1 and 2 here, then wave 1 and 2 here, then this will move off quite quickly here. So we'll see how sluggish it is in all of this as well. And the other point here too is that if that is successful there, then on support here, we want to be long on this, and we also want to be long on top of, I'll just copy that again, of course we want to be long on top of 23. Number 3 here, wherever you see 3, it's part of group 1, so in this case it's minor group 1, so support onto this number here would set the next target at 25,000. So that's really good news for that, but we have to get there first. So we're really buying on the pullback here, which looks okay, but it does leave this one here as an A and a B and a C here. We don't have overlapping wave structures, so it can be wave 4, but logic would have it that this is wave 1 and 2 here and 1 and 2 here. But let's see, we don't know if it's wave 2 here or wave C, so there is risk in this little area here. But what the other Asian markets doing, they're all sort of hopping along nicely, so it's probably in the same channel. So with the Nifty here, on the 4 hour, we've got wave 1 and 2 here, and then we've got 1 and 2 here, and then 1 and 2, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for the third, the fourth and the fifth here for the third. The fourth wave is really a little bit small here, but kind of got to, you've got to kind of call it in for what it is, and wave 4 it is here. So we're looking to the upside here, and we've been triggered in long here. I think we're on the hourly chart here as well. So so from that wave, that smaller wave 4 here, because you've got to understand too that when you're trading with large numbers here, they tend to skew the count. But the important thing is, even if you don't know Elliott wave, the thing is, if you know the trading levels, which are pretty simple to understand, and the markets are really trends and correction of different degrees, and support and resistance, and knowing, having a bit of a matrix for all the price here is really quite sort of helpful, So we know that if we get support on number 3 here, then our target gets set at number 5 here. It's just the ratio, the trading levels acting as the Fibonacci price ratio, which fits the geometry of the markets as well very nicely, much better than a lot of other methods. It's more practical. So in here, we've got our corrective accumulation process, and we're in the distribution process here. In this one here, I see that we've got 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 for 1 and 2 here, then 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and then 5 little waves up here for wave 3 and 4. So I see it's going higher here. I don't know how much higher once we get to this particular point here. I think that, it just normally we would stretch up to the 11.3 there, and then have the larger correction there. Maybe maybe this will extend out in some way. I'm not quite sure, but we can certainly expect corrective pattern to occur here. So at the 12 we'll see something like this here. And then finding support, and hopefully we get up to here. I just don't know how that's going to pan out, but that would be basically it. We want to see this up here. We want to see a bigger correction here. So, but look, on track here. Let's just allow this to play out. We've got time on this, and that wraps up that Asian Indices Elliott wave report. So thank you for tuning in, and see ya. Cheers.